Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday. I haven't heard nothing from the post office on their screw up in Henryville, Indiana. What else? I cut some grass today. Probably cut some more. I took my medicine a while ago after I got out of the bathtub. Yeah, I got a blanket on. Hello, Jessica. Welcome back, my friend. Well, if somebody's hurting you, call the police. Call the police or something like that. There's people that will help you from a church. I will go to church, talk to a preacher, or if there's a woman preacher, you can go talk to a woman preacher. If you Well, all you got police reports, that'll protect you. And always videotape it, If you can't videotape it, if you can put the phone in, down there in your safety deposit box and record the audio of everything going on. Always record. Protect yourself. And that one problem you got, you need to, stop it. People, I want you all, don't drink, don't do drugs, because it does cause problems. Alcohol causes problems in a marriage, in a relationship, so does drugs. And good. I know I gotta get closer. And amazing. Jessica, I know I'm older than you. I adopted you. My YouTube adopted daughter. There's people that will help you. I don't know the state you live in, if they got something like Life Springs or, that's, Life Springs. I know here in Clark County, and I think the state of Indiana, they got Life Springs, they're medical people, that can help you out. Hello, Diddley. Well, Diddley, when I used to drink and smoke Mary Jane and blotter acid, I act like a fool. And that's the truth. And the girls would have to watch out. Because I done things, like I tell girls. If you drink, you don't know what you wake up next to. Or know if you play doctor and nurse, or husband and wife. I quit drinking. I don't want to be a fool. I want to be a lovable person. But when you stop drinking and stop vaping, you know, you go into like DTs, you know, you get nervous, you get upset, you get mad. If you can afford to go well, see if they can put you back on it. You know, tell whoever your doctor is or nurse practitioner is. See if they will put you back on it. Tell them you need it. And people, I tell you something that I've been told a long time ago. You take medicine. You cannot drink alcohol of any kind. Hello, Justin. How you doing? I know that's how it works. Hello, Brenda. Hello, young lady. And anybody on here that can help Jessica out, you know, her last name is Ralston, Jessica Raston. You know, give her some ideas where to go to get some help. You know, if you've been watching that video and reading the comments, you know, I forget what state she lives in, but there's always people will help you. You know, no matter what state there is, there's people that will help you. You know, if you got alcohol problems or drug problems, they got rehab that'll help you out. There's people that will help anybody out. And also, God will help you out. You know, Jessica, I got my faith in the God. You saw my video. It was a month ago Sunday where I fell off of my porch 4 feet backwards. God was with me because I could have broke this and said I sprung it and I had to soak it in ice. I could have got a concussion, maybe a broken arm, broken back, broken hip. A whole lot of things could have happened to me, but God was protecting me. Don't give up on yourself. You know, there's some people out there that don't believe in God. You know, sometimes I get 100 views, 300 views, 400 views. But when it comes to my Sunday video of Bob Joyce and God and people listen to him preach, I get 24 to 25 people. And I know there's more people on YouTube that does believe in God. Jessica, don't give up. Don't give up. Maybe you can watch church on TV or the radio. There's channels on local stations that you can watch it. Well, I just got a letter Friday. Well, report it. Report it to EBT and tell them. Everybody, well, if you like me, is that people got, I think, a $10 to $20 raise, for October. I forgot what they said. Everybody who gets EBT or food stamps, whatever you want to call it, they got somewhere between $10 to $20 raised for October. But people, there's, like I say, Indiana, they call it Life Springs. I don't know if Life Springs is in every state. They will help you. You can set up appointments and stuff like that. Hello, Joanne. Always keep your phone charged, Joanne, because you never know when the electricity will go out. Jessica, I couldn't live without my cats. Hi, 709. I couldn't live without my cats. My cats, as you could say, is my therapy. Just like that dog you got there, Jessica. He's your therapy animal. He knows when you feel bad. Your dog, from what I see in your videos, don't give up. Like, I wish you lived close to me here in Indiana, but you don't. If you saw my house right now, Jessica, you'd probably kick my butt. Because it's a mess. I've been working on it and all that, trying to clean it up. Like I say, people has told me over my lifetime, if you want to find a good mate, boy or girl, go to church. You can find a good person at church. If and also, Jessica, I have prayed to God to find me a girlfriend. Well, see, Jessica, if you had my phone number, we could talk better on the phone. Like that, I can tell you things to look for. It goes both ways for men and women. You can find out if a person is cheating on you. What's their body chemistry? How do they smell? Do they put perfume or cologne on? And the guys, I've trained myself. I'm going to say smokehouse. That's what I'm going to call it, lady, smokehouse. Like me, I can tell if somebody been in my smokehouse. I can tell. I know the signs to look for. But I'm not going to tell it over the air, but just pay attention to your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You know how everything was when you got together. Do they go out with the boys or the girls or this and that? Or do they work late? Do they come home with perfume on their clothes or cologne for your ladies or men? There's signs. Me being 70 plus years old, I don't know if I can even play house or doctor or husband or boyfriend. I'm old. But that's not important in a relationship. You talk to each other. You be nice to each other. Don't argue. You're men. Ladies is always right. No matter if they're wrong. If you want to stay in a marriage or a good relationship or be married 60 plus years, she's always right. You help washing dishes or help cooking, washing clothes, help cleaning the house, stuff like that. Help her in the flower bed. Don't forget birthdays. Don't forget anniversaries. Don't forget your important dates. Everybody got cell phones now. Well, take him off your account. You can't drain your account unless his name's on it. Take him off as your contact. If it's EBT and he ain't got permission to get into your EB account, that's a federal offense. But don't give up. Keep, have a paper trail. Have a paper trail. Emails, texts, video, audio. But don't give up on yourself, Jessica. And I don't want you to give up. God has not gave up on you, Jessica. If they have in where you live, if they hold church service on Wednesday night, maybe Bible service, you could do that. I don't know if you're Christian, Baptist, Catholic, or whatever. They bound to have another church date besides Sunday. Like around here, they got some on Wednesdays. And you can go to bobjoyce.org. He's in Benton, Arkansas. And he has an address on his bobjoyce.org for his church. Maybe you can ask him for help or where to get help. You know, you saw my videos of Bob Joyce on Sundays. And, you know, it only costs about $1, $1, $7. Get an envelope with a stamp on it at your local post office. But have a paper trail, people. Have a paper trail. Record video or audio. You have your paper trail. If you're being abused, call the police where you have police reports. If there's theft of food stamps, have a police report. Report it to EBT or food stamps. And report it. Have a paper trail. And if you had 2 cell phones, you can record the phone call when you call the police or the EBT people. You can record that. But I'm not giving up on you, Jessica. You live too far away. And like me, I ain't got no money. You know, I'm always in the hole. You know, it goes, people steals from your food stamps. You know, when you use, like here in Indiana, I guess it's all over the United States, you got a PIN number that you use. Like when you call the phone number, see how much you got. You have to put the last 4 numbers of your card. Then you put your password in. I kind of hate Tuesday, people, because Monday I watch Canada. 709's from Canada. In the Providence of Canada. I watch Hudson and Rex. Rex is a canine dog, and it's filmed in St. John's, Canada, the Providence of Canada. You know, it's pretty in St. John's. In other parts of Canada, I don't know what TV station it would be on in your area, Hudson and Rex, but you can go to YouTube, type in Hudson and Rex. I think there's 7 seasons of it. The first show, hello Austin. Well, that's how I am. I'm broke. I'm broke right now. And I got to write a letter Well, some of the things you can do is change your phone number. You can change your password on your EBT. And some phones out there, Jessica, I don't know if you got an iPhone or what, but if you get close to another iPhone, it'll copy everything off of your iPhone. Well, Austin, I'm doing okay. I cut some grass. I got a small garbage can sitting on my porch with a big dog cage with a blanket in there, getting ready for winter time with a heat lamp on it. And I got to put another top up on my porch to keep the rain and snow from getting on the porch, keep it a little bit warmer for the cats. I took my medicine a while ago. When I was filling up my... Yeah. You know how long I had this mustache? I'm 70 plus years old. I had that probably junior high or high school. If I shaved it off, I feel like I'm naked. I feel like I'm naked without my mustache. I used to let it grow down here and get that mustache wax and had like handlebars. I guess you call it a handlebar mustache. And I used to back, your people is my age, or you can look it up. Okay. You got places you can go. People who has problems, there's people that'll help you find a place, but do it for the right reason. But people back in the 60s and 70s, you can find this on YouTube. Type in Woodstock. The first Woodstock. They had a second Woodstock, but not in the same place, I don't. You had Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Prince. I forget who all else was there at the Woodstock. Jessica, can you send me an email? Send me an email. It's tcartwright54@gmail.com. Jessica, T. Cartwright, CARTWRGHT, 54@gmail.com. Say, and put in there, put phone. And I send you, I reply back to you with a phone number. And that way I can program your phone number into my contacts. Because I get so many scam calls, I don't answer it. It goes to voicemail. I get some from my area, but the phone number don't match the area. And when I set my voicemail people up, I said, if you want me to call you back, if you're a scammer and you don't leave a voicemail or something like that, you will be blocked. 'Cause nine chances out of 10 people, the phone calls you get, you call them back, and the phone number's disconnected. There's people out there that won't leave you a voicemail. Well, if they don't want to leave me a voicemail, I block them. I guarantee you, back when I was 16, we didn't have computers, laptops, cell phones. We had a phone that hang up on the wall or on the table. Gasoline was 15 to 20 cents. We had black and white TVs. We had window air conditioning. Instead of the gas furnace or heat pump like we got now, back there then, I guess you call it a coal furnace, stoker. You had a hopper. You put your coal in. You fill it up, and you close the lid. And then that auger puts the coal into, and it heat your house. Compare what they do now. And we did have a fireplace. And then they came out with, I think it was Buck stove. We had an insert. That kept that house pretty warm. But when they came out with gas heat, I got colder. Then you had the smell of gas in your house. But you people thinking of building your house, think of a heat pump, heat and air. And also make sure your house is well insulated. They got this, what they call closed foam insulate, where you spray foam. And if you all want to know what I'm talking about, there's a guy in Canada. I watch his shows all the time. He's a building contractor. He's been on HGTV. It's Mike Holmes. And you listen to this guy, Mike Holmes. He's in the Providence of Canada. People buy houses, they have it inspected, then an inspector didn't find anything wrong, and it happened, there was something wrong. I try to help everybody else out. Because, growing up young, I had problems with alcohol, marijuana, blotter acid, but I've been sober 25 plus years. Right now, to let you people know, I had 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, arthritis, back problems. Hey, I tell you something, 709, when I used to drink, I had my 63 Chevy, either 283 or 327. I can't remember. I think it was a 283. And I was drinking out with my buddies, like an idiot back there then. You do it today, you get arrested out there drinking and driving. And I stopped in this kind of like a restaurant truck stop in New Washington. I left my wine bottle. I think it was, what is that? It was Boone's Farm, I think I was drinking, or maybe 2020. I don't know. I used to drink quite a bit of Boone's Farm wine. I came out, started drinking my wine, and came home, through Charlestown. We had a main light at Main Street and Highway 3, or Market Street, since it's in the city. They call it Market Street. Always at midnight, north and southbound lanes would blink off and on. And the west and east would blink off and on red. I thought it was a dragon. I've never forgot that. And I know you can look him up on YouTube. Blood Rock. It was a group of music people. Blood Rock. They had a song called DOA, Dead on Arrival. You hear police sirens, fire trucks. You talk about freaking out. I got freaked out. I'm telling you the truth. And I was sleeping in the basement at my, I was young, living in the basement because it was cooler. And I thought my kitty cats was going to eat me alive. Mom told me years later when I was taking care of her, until my dumb blankety-blank brother put her in the nursing home against her will, stole her money, stole my money, and my gold coins I had in my jewelry box. I'm missing quite a few gold coins that was in my jewelry box, but God would take care of that a-hole. And, because them gold coins, I probably had enough, I could probably buy me a new pickup truck. I did freak out. And I know who those guys are. I saw them the next day, or maybe Monday at school. I can't remember. I had my 63 Chevy, so I was in high school. I got on it. I said, what the blankety-blank did you put in my wine? I think they said it was LSD or something. I said, by doing that and me driving, we all could got killed. They want to see how I've done. A couple of them is dead. One's living in UK. And the other one's living in Charlestown. But people, if the drugs they got now, if they got now here in the USA or the other parts of the planet, they had that back when I was young, I'd be dead. Purple mica dot, I think that's the same thing as blotter acid. It was just a little piece of paper. I guess it had a dot. Maybe that's the same thing I call blotter acid. Microdot sounds more like it. Window pane, I can't remember. I don't think I took any window pane. I did take some speed. Mary Jane, when you buy a $5 bag of Mary Jane back there then, you had a nickel bag. And the nickel bag you get today, you're lucky if you get one joint out of it. Unless you live in the state that has medical Mary Jane. I wish Indiana would have it. But the governor we got, even the new a-hole that we got that took over in January, he said until the federal government change the federal law, not going to get. Well, we knew how to party. Back there then, the cops left you alone. The cops left you alone. If you live out on the country road and got property, you could sit out there and party. And you could smoke your joints. You could drive the country road, drink and drive. You wouldn't hurt anybody. But now cops is on the country roads. It's been over 25 years since I had a joint. People, our taxes in the United States is getting high. It's getting high. Except the states, I believe, that got medical marijuana. My property taxes for this year went up about $200. I couldn't afford the extra $200, but I had to tighten my belt up. You know. I guarantee you, Joanne and 709, Jessica, I raised all kinds of hot water when I was young. You didn't want to fight me. Because the people I hang around with was from Hazard, Kentucky, some Hells Angels, some outlaws, and other people. You fight me, I'm going to kill you. Period. That's how I was. I had a guy, this is back in 73, I think. I worked at Haas Cabinet Company. They make cabinets there in Sellersburg. I was pretty good friends with some Hells Angels and the Outlaws and some other motorcycle gangs. As long as you mind your P's and Q's. Well, my one wife, her name was Rita. We had 4 kids. Number 1 and number 3's dead now. They was from Hazard, Kentucky, or Harlem, Kentucky, somewhere down there in Kentucky. They would shoot you. They have shot a whole lot of people. Got away with murder, but it shows it was in self-defense. Even the sheriff's department here in Clark County was afraid of my in-laws. You know, even my old, let's get back to the house cabinet. There was 2 girls, I think, works there. This girl I was with, her dad's name was George. I can't remember what her name was. I was with her. This other boy was with this other girl. I'm going to say the letter D. We got paid that Friday night. He stole D's whole paycheck. I don't know if you all people in school remember Metal Shop. I paid for 2 meat tenderizers. You know, one you use for regular meat. The other one I filed down where you just take it across your arm, it'll cut the heck out of your arm or your leg or your face. I made that for a weapon. The teacher didn't know it. And I saw him you see me up around Charlestown when I go around the town square. I was back then. I think, I was ready to knock the crap out. I said, what are you doing stealing D's money? I'm going to hit him with my billy club. He landed on my billy club. The only thing I could find, people, this is the honest truth. I had a screwdriver. I filed it down to like an ice pick. You know where your heart is. This boy stuck his knee all the way up by his heart. I stuck that screwdriver all the way through his knee because I was going to kill him. It took 4 people to pull this one hand off of him because I was going to kill him. That's how I was raised. Since I'm old, people, you gotta watch us old people. We're crazy. We'll kill you. You know, we got nothing to lose. We old. You don't know how many veterans you're gonna run into. Or special forces, it's my age. We're not gonna put up with crap, but I gotta be careful what I say because it will be considered as terrorized threatening. That's how come I told you how I used to be. I don't know if there's any hillbillies around me. But since Friday's payday, I got to go to the bank. I got to take $50 out. $30 goes on something. $20 goes for my water bill. From there, we go to Tractor Supply, get cat food. You all can look it up on Tractor Supply. It's a 44-pound bag of cat food. They call that, I think, multiple cats. It's around $20 to $30. Then I usually buy another 30 pounds of cat food later in the month. I need close to 90 pounds of dry cat food a month. Because since it's summertime, people, your country people knows it. You got outside dogs and cats. Outside dog or cats, or if you live on a farm, they start putting weight on. Even your raccoons, your polecats, your squirrels, your groundhogs, they all start putting fat on, where they can live off of it, for the winter. But my cats is lucky. I put tarps up along the porch. I got to do some more. I got to take some garbage out. I told my son I got a garbage can on the porch. I'm going to put a garbage bag. I said, from now on, we throw our paper stuff in the garbage can instead of in the garbage bag in the house. And I'm going to have another garbage can on the outside at the corner of the house to put all the steel cans in. Since I don't recycle my steel cans, all aluminum cans gets recycled. Any aluminum wet cat food pan gets. I don't know. I look out, when I walk to the mailbox this afternoon around 2 o'clock, I look in that little field that I usually cut, but since I don't have a ride more, I saw my other buddy, a groundhog. They're not too friendly, I haven't made friends with the groundhog. I've been in this house 7 to 8 years. I even made friends with raccoons. These country raccoons is idiots. Hello, Kay Lovable. Welcome. Goody for you. God help you all win that game. I know when I was in school, I don't think they can do it in school. Before we go out and play a basketball game, we were praying to God. Then they stopped it. But God was with you. I don't know if you all can say prayers in the school where you're at, but what you do outside of school. God will help you people out. You got to have the faith and don't give up. Stay in school. Get your education or a trade school. If you like to fly helicopters, airplanes, or jets, or want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a nurse, you can get a guarantee if you join the armed forces. I don't get paid for it. But that way, if you can't afford to go to college or take out a school loan, you can go into the military to be a doctor, lawyer, helicopter pilot, jet pilot, doctor, nurse, because the military always needs doctors and lawyers. Lawyers is a jag. You remember the TV show that was on TV every night, once a week, called Jag, with Harm and I think Mackenzie, or I forget what her name was. But you have to give them extra time to, when you come a doctor, lawyer, nurse, or whatever. maybe you want to be a police officer. You can go in the military and tell them you want to be a MP, military police. I guess they still go to the FBI Academy, I think. They used to. Or if you want to get into police work, you can come NCIS investigator. You know, I watch NCIS on the TV all the time. I'm glad you won. Your parents is proud of you. Your school is proud of you. I'm proud of you, grandson. Keep going. You know, before you go to a basketball game to pray, you can pray at home. You can tell God, please help us out win our basketball game tonight. Because, like I say, schools, I don't think allow prayer in school. Every school is different in the United States. But I think they should put prayer back in the school. And I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. We used to do that. Some schools starting to do that again. Some starting to say prayer in school again. But I don't want you young, old, middle-aged people to abuse people. I'm glad my grandkids won their game tonight. I'm very proud of you. People, I like to watch girls basketball. I'm not racist against boys basketball, because it always been oh, hey people, I'm looking for a skin, them hillbilly women, they're on the skinny side. That's okay. If they're on the fat side, all they do is complain. And I don't want women that got watermelons. Well, if you want to know what watermelons, Dog the bounty hunter's wife. Well, she's dead now. She's up in heaven. She had watermelons. God made women for everybody. Skinny, fat, chubby, big, small. They made them for everybody. But the ladies that got cantaloupes, watermelons, or pumpkins, they always complain they got back problems. It don't take a genius to tell you they're top heavy. They're gonna have back problems. That is 100% right. Any of you guys that get married and got watermelon wives, they got back problems. They complain. God made them for a reason for people. But I like to have eggs, tennis balls, and because their back don't hurt that much. Some guys like pumpkins or watermelons. That's okay for them. I had ex-wives that had watermelons, and that's all they did is complain about their back hurting. You people out there know the people who have heart attacks and strokes. They're not supposed to get upset. If I had a hillbilly woman come to me right now, she would take her shoe and kick me up my rear end. I'm going to change my bed around. I'm thinking to north and south. I don't want to take it down, put it out in the hallway. That's too much of a problem. I might have to move it over where I can sweep, vacuum, mop, and stuff like that. I don't know if I want my head towards the south wall and my feet towards the north wall. I wouldn't want my head in the window, because all somebody have to do is take a hammer or a gun and shoot the window and shoot you in the head. But I wish that window was a bay window. I would love to have flowers sitting in the bay window during the winter time. I would love it. I would love to have a bay window there. If I ever get rich and do what I want to do, I will tell you my dreams, people. It'd take a very special contractor. I got to cut this tree down here and dig the roots up and lift my house up and dig out underneath the house. No, he sweeps his room. He washes his clothes. I gotta sweep the bathroom, mop it, clean the toilet once a week, clean the tub, wash the towels, sweep the living room, wash the dishes, clean the stove off. But, I'm pretty easy to get along. If my mom was alive and she saw this house inside, she would shoot me. I guarantee you, she would shoot me. And that's my dream, people. Jack my house up, put a basement underneath there, and probably had to put a sump pump in. Concrete walls does leak. If you do it right, it won't leak, but you have to put an edge around that goes around to the sump pump the water outside. Then you have to run some wires in your basement. You can't have a toilet or a sink in a basement in the country, because you own a septic tank. If you own a sewer, you could do that. That's what I like to do, people. That's my dream. Dig out underneath a house, go out this way, maybe 5 feet or so, and build up, maybe put a upstairs up where I have a couple more bedrooms. That means I had to put a new septic tank in. And rewire the house, put vent pipes in, because this house was built in the 40s. When they remodeled this house, they should have put a vent pipe in. Is what I think they should have done. You people that's in construction know what a vent pipe is. It needs to breathe. When you turn your water on, goes down the sink, or your dishwasher or washer, and bathtub water, it got to have air where it can really go out easy. You got to make sure you got the vent pipe, because if you live in the city, you're going to have what they call sewer gas come back. Maybe. You know, they have talked to me about it. You know, I don't know. Like, I was in here watching TV the other day. You all know about kitchen cabinets. I want you all to be wary of some of the kitchen cabinets or bathroom cabinets. When they put those shelves in, they got those little plastic tabs. They stick in the hole and they got a flapper on it. This one happened to my son the other day. He put something in the cabinet and that thing went, it broke. And if you can get cabinets, it has metal that the shelves can sit on. You know, my cabinets is cheaply made. You know, that's one thing I want to do. I want to extend my kitchen maybe 5 to 10 feet, and maybe put me a garage maybe 20 feet long, with the door going from the house into the garage. But then when you have a garage attached to your house, you have to use closed cell foam where you can spray foam in your garage. Seal up all the holes and cracks. Because when you have your car in there, and if you start your engine or you shut the door, you're going to have CO2 get in, carbon dioxide gets in your house. That's how come you see people who build houses don't have their garage attached to their house because of the engine running. But when I'm watching Mike Holmes, you got to use that closed seal foam and spray every place in your garage before you put your drywall on or whatever you're going to put in your garage. And then your ceiling. And up above where you got houses like that, you got to spray all that to keep all the CO2 out of your house. That's what I learned about watching Mike Holmes. 709, I think it could help, but right now, I'll probably get my tail chewed off and see my living room. I'm trying to work on it little by little. And I'm still waiting on my son to get one of them yellow commercial type mop buckets. Well, I like those mops. I can mop the floor better with that and don't mop it you get at the dollar store, Family, or wherever, or Walmart. The commercial type mop does a better job. You put it in the wringer, man, it gets the water out of it and the dirt out of it. You all saw the video of the mop bucket that we got from Amazon. You know, I'm not having too good luck with Amazon people. You know, that's a mop bucket. It's my laptop computer, which you saw the video about my laptop that I got from Amazon back in February. I miss it. I miss my laptop. And the third party is PC Online. You got to be wary of PC Online. The facts is, you go type PC Online on your search engine, then scroll down to the Better Business Bureau, the BBB. You can see the hundreds and hundreds of complaints on PC Online. HP won't fix it. It's under warranty. But since PC Online upgraded it to a faster computer, this and that, it voids the warranty because they're not. Make sure you take your medicine, Joanne, and don't do too much because you don't want to go back to the hospital or be paralyzed. God is watching over you and people's praying for you, Joanne. And I guess tomorrow's the first, people. I get this one food card, you know, with my insurance. It gets loaded on the first. You can buy healthy food, only healthy food. No ice cream, no candy, no cupcakes. I don't know about pies. And one thing, I want you people out there to tell me, isn't wheat bread healthy? I bought wheat bread instead of getting the white bread. I thought all bread is healthy, but I guess wheat bread ain't healthy under the government rules. I learn something new every day. See, I'm taking things and throwing them away, burning stuff, taking stuff to both sheds, and cleaning the porch. Like I say, I put a big dog cage up on the porch with a good blanket or carpet in it for the kitty cat with straw. Got a heat lamp on it for this winter. I don't mind the extra $5 a month for a heat lamp to keep those kitty cats warm. I got to put another tarp up. That way to keep the snow from blowing in on the porch and the rain. It'll also keep the cold air. I'm going to have to see the walkway, see what I can do to keep the cold air from coming in that way. You know, where you don't have to move it out of the way or something. So people, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for putting up with me tonight. And I told you about the screw up that StreamYard is screwing me on. I gotta write the letter tomorrow sometime and take it to the post office. I like putting a letter in the mailbox and putting the arm up. I'd rather take it to the post office and drop it in the box. I gotta send that to StreamYard since they done put that shaft to me. But one day, God will help me find the right lady. I told the God the age limit. You know, she can be young. I've dated women in the 50s and 60s. We did have some things in common. We did have some things in common. But age is just a number. You know, if I had a girlfriend that was in her 30s, she's old enough to be your daughter. Well, I look for things that we have in common. Do we like so-and-so? Do we watch the same TV programs? What do you like to eat? What fast food restaurants, what kind of music, that all goes in. I can tell if a girl is lying. I know how to catch them. And I've been on here an hour and 18 minutes. If it's 11 o'clock, I'm going to switch over to watch Jimmy Kimmel. So I love you all. Put your faith into God. Don't give up on God. God has helped me out. You saw how I fell off of the porch. If it wasn't for me loving God and putting my faith, there'd be no telling what would happen. So you all need to put your faith. I got a troll on here. Well, with the FBI and YouTube, keep giving me the thumbs down, especially on Bob Joyce. That means that person don't believe in God. Keeps giving me the thumbs down on Bob Joyce. But that could be that computer hacker under a different name. I don't know. But people, you take care of yourself. Stop bullying people. Help people if you can. Check on the old people. You all know the old people that lives close to you. Help them out. Maybe they can't cut their grass. I know you want to make money, but God will reward you when you help people out. And so you all have a great Wednesday. Be careful, school's still in session. Watch out for the yellow school buses in the morning and afternoon. Watch out for the school zones. So be careful when you're driving. Pay attention. Use your cell phone to record videos when you drive. You don't have to do it right. You can record it. Protect yourself. Now, I try to do my best. I do what God wants me to do. As I've told you people, I don't care if you've been in jail or prison. It's not up to me to judge you. That's where God is going to judge you. I might not like what you do, because some people I like to kill for certain crimes, but God said no, that, God will judge the people. God is the judge, the jury, the prosecutor, and the defender and executioner. It'd be up to God to judge. I know you all, God don't want you to judge the people unless you're on the jury. Then you have to listen to the evidence. If you're on a jury trial, take your notes. Every state is different on if you got questions to ask the judge or see certain evidence. You all have people that that been in trouble. You know how prosecutor works. You know how cops work. You know how public defender works. Public defender is going to mess with your mind. They're going to mess you up. You're going to get prison time. All they worrying about the money that the state going to give you. The prosecutor works for the state. Your public defender works for the state. That's where I like to see in the United States. The lawyers are going to jump on me for this. That's my First Amendment right. That all lawyers in every state, we as defendants should be able to choose them as our public defender. That's what I believe. We should have the right to have a lawyer that defends murderers like, I'm going to use TV show, Perry Mason or Matlock. But we don't have the money. Or like in Karen Reed, that she was accused of killing her boyfriend, which she was innocent from day one. We all should have the same right to all lawyers. Like I said, people, I like them make a federal law in Congress and Senate that murder lawyers, this and that they would take on clients for free. Public defender. We have this right. But a public defender don't work for you all. They work for the state. The state pays for it. That's how come people is in prison, because they get screwed. Sorry for saying screwed, but you all have people that have been screwed. So you all be careful. Tell your wives, your girlfriends, your husband, you love them. That makes a good relationship. Tell them you love them in the morning and at night. If you live together, you tell them you love them. Don't forget birthdays. Don't forget anniversaries. And don't forget the first date you had with your mate, And guys, women is always right. Your younger generation, you know people have been married 40, 50, 60 years. Go talk to them. Ask them. Say, I'm young. Yeah, that's true. Say, ask the older people. Say, may I ask you how long you've been married? They said, maybe 50, 60 years, 65 years. So what is the secret? Since I'm young, us young people is having problems staying married. I said, can you explain to us how to live, to be married as long? And they would tell you. One, that women's always right. Don't forget birthdays, anniversaries. Don't forget Valentine's Day. That's February. Don't forget Mother's Day, Father's Day. There's a whole lot to helping out. And some of you say that old man, but I'm asking your younger generation. Talk to the older people. Ask them. They'll tell you. They can teach you how to grow a garden, grow your own food, how to can your food. By canning your own food, people, it's better for you because you know what you put in it. You ain't putting all that yellow dye or red dye, blue dye, whatever they put in the food that you buy at the grocery store. And another thing, if you can have chickens and roosters, it depends where you live. Some towns and cities got a noise ordinance. That rooster crows at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's a noise. Some towns and cities said you can't have chickens. But fresh eggs is better for you people than what you get in the grocery store. That's, hello, Yoakum. And because the grocery store eggs, you don't know what those people feed those chickens that's in those eggs. No, I ain't got them on. My feet's cold. And if you got your own chickens, if you didn't know it, people, during the summertime, you can feed your chickens watermelon, cantaloupe, grapes, fruit, pears, apples. They love that stuff. They'll fight you over it. That's one thing I miss about my chicken and my rooster. Before I could get the gate open, they see my watermelon. They jump up there. And I cut it, get me around watermelon, cut them a slice. They eat it all the way down to the green. And if you fix that chicken coop, you want to have it on wheels where you can move it. Because that way the chicken have their doo-doo and fertilize the grass, plus they get all the bugs that's in that spot. That's what I found out. But when you got to build a chicken coop, use heavy-duty wire. You see these big dog cages, how thick those wires is. That's the kind of heavy-duty wire you need, because them raccoons will pull that thin wire and break it and get in there and eat your chickens. That's all I have to say tonight. God bless you all. You all have a great week. God loves you. Pray to God to help you out. Because I pray for everybody on my YouTube channel every night. So I love you all. God bless you. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing, getting my watch hours up. Thank you all that have made donations in the past. It's slacked off. That's okay. But I have used what I got in PayPal today. Good night, 709. Hold down Canada. Hold down Canada. There was something on TV the other day about Canada. What was it? Was it a fort or something underground? I forget what it was they showed on TV the other night about Canada. I even forgot the name that they was talking about. It wasn't St. John's. It sounded more like an American name, and it did anything. Okay, people, I love you. Ladies, have sweet dreams. Maybe you dream about me. I'm joking. You all have good. Believe in your dreams. Because sometimes your dreams will come true. I know people that dream about lotto numbers. They write them down. They won maybe 1,000 or maybe 1,000,000. I ain't going to tell you. But believe in your dreams. I believe in my dreams. I believe in God. God saved me from broken bones when I fell off my porch a month ago yesterday. I love you. Thank you, beautiful ladies. Thank you, Jessica, Richard, Justin, and all you sweet people. I love you all.